What's up everybody, Smooth Cosplayer here, your favorite salsa dancing cosplayer. Tonight I want to talk to you guys about a few words that I believe have become weaponized in the cosplay community. When I say that these words have been weaponized, I mean that people are taking these otherwise neutral, harmless words and using them to tear down other cosplayers. Now, the first of these words is canon. You might be asking, wait, how did canon get weaponized? How is canon being used to tear people down? Well, I'll give you an example. I had the honor of being on one of Bar Fox's Cosplay Your Way panels over the summer, back in June. We were at Blacktasticon, and during the panel, Jabbar brought up the fact that he felt that canon was being used to discriminate against other cosplayers, cosplayers who would dare to cosplay outside their lane, if you will. So you might hear people say, oh, your cosplay isn't canon because that character is white and you're black, or this character is a man and you're a woman, this character is physically fit, you're fat, so on and so forth. So we got into a spirited but friendly debate about what it means for a cosplay to be canon or not canon. During that debate, one of the ladies in the crowd stepped forward and said, you know, canon just means that if something is canon, it is considered, you know, officially a part of the story or officially a part of whatever that literary work is, or whatever the creators consider the official storyline. So I did my research after the panel, and sure enough, she was correct. Every definition that I found about canon had to do with, again, whether or not something was considered a part of the official story, official storyline, official source material, mythos, what have you. So none of those definitions have anything to do with cosplay. So really, if you're using the word canon in regards to cosplay, you're really stretching the definition at best. One prime example of this, there was an incident that happened on Facebook, not even a whole week after this panel I participated in. There was a young lady over in, I want to say Eastern Europe, not quite sure where. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to give her page any extra traffic. But she posted a picture of her cosplay of a particular anime character. Now, y'all forgive me for messing up this name because I had never heard of this character or the anime prior to this incident, but I believe the character's name is Koji, or Kogi, K-O-G-I, and of course it's short for a longer name. So she posted a picture of her cosplay of that, and there was another young lady over here in the States, young African-American cosplayer. She saw that post, was excited because that's one of her favorite characters. She responded saying, hey, I love that character as well. Here's my cosplay of that character. And the cosplayer in question here, instead of responding positively, instead of responding neutrally, she decided to say, oh, well, your cosplay isn't canon because this character is fair-skinned and you're dark-skinned. This character must always be fair-skinned. And she even went so far as to say, I'm paraphrasing here, oh, there are so many other dark-skinned characters that you can choose from. Why don't you stick to those? I'm not even going to dive into that because you guys, if you've been following me on YouTube or any other social media platform, you already know how I feel about not being forced to only cosplay as people you look like. So to refrain from derailing this conversation and getting heated, I won't go there right now. But suffice it to say that I wasn't too happy with that. But yeah, like, back to the main subject, yeah, she was using the word canon incorrectly. It has nothing to do with cosplay. I'm going to pause there for a second because she actually was being very hypocritical. She's saying this other cosplayer isn't canon because their skin tones don't match, but Kogi's a guy and she's a woman, so she technically was, by her own standards, not being canon either. But like I said, canon has nothing to do with cosplay, so that doesn't even matter. I want to give a big shout out to Ninja Dash Cosplay. Ninja Dash Cosplay, if you're watching this, what's up? Love your video. He posted a video about this same subject, and I can't say for certain, but the way he described the situation, I believe that his video was a response to the same situation I'm talking about right now. And his video was called, Your Cosplay Isn't Canon. And he basically says that because of the definition of the word canon, nobody's cosplay is canon. Now you can be cosplaying as a canon character, or a canon version of that character, but your cosplay in and of itself cannot be canon. The only way that happens is if a story, a canon story mentions your cosplay. Outside of that, your cosplay is not canon. So again, it is a stretch, it is a big reach to say that a cosplay is canon or not canon. Like a really big reach, like Dawson's Fierce Punch does not reach that far. Okay, so stop using the word canon in the wrong way. It has nothing to do with cosplay. The more appropriate word would be accurate, but even that, I feel that that's being used in a negative fashion. In my personal opinion, I don't believe that the body inside the cosplay has anything to do with the accuracy of the cosplay, but that's just my opinion there. Let's move on to another couple of words here. I'm going to put these two words into the same point here. We have originality and creativity. Again, you may wonder, how do these words end up getting weaponized? How are people using them in a negative way? They're neutral words. But you'd hear people say things like, oh, well, all she did was cosplay as a sexy character again, or all she did was sexualize this not sexy character. That's not creative. You know, people have done that before. It takes no skill to do that. It takes no effort to do that. Or you might hear somebody say, oh, all she did was dress up as Harley, or all she did was dress up as Black Canary or some other popular character. Everybody does those characters. That's not original. I'm going to pause there for a second because I might be reaching myself. Maybe y'all let me know if y'all feel that way, but I think there's a couple of ounces of sexism going on with this, because nobody ever says, oh, all he did was dress up as a pro wrestler or dress up as a 300 Spartan just to show his abs and be sexy. That's not creative. Nobody ever says, oh, all he did was dress up as Captain America or Black Panther or Superman or Batman or some other popular male character. Nobody ever says that stuff about male cosplayers. You only, at least in my experience, you only hear that about women who decide to either cosplay as something sexy or something popular. Something that is both of those things rolled up together is Bowsette. Now that trend kicked off towards the end of the summer, I believe, maybe early fall, and a lot of people liked it, a lot of people didn't. A lot of people jumped on that bandwagon. Y'all know how I feel about the word bandwagon. Anyway, I wasn't complaining. I was not going to complain about all the beautiful sexiness that came down my timeline. Ladies, thank you. But not everybody liked that trend, and that's, you know, it's well within your rights. I'm not going to bash somebody for not liking the trend. I don't like every trend that comes along. I don't particularly care for the whole dancing T-Rex thing. I don't get why people enjoy it so much, but people do enjoy it. So I'm not going to crap on what somebody enjoys or what somebody chooses to do. You know, I'm not in the business of crapping on people's cosplay choices. You know, you're not going to see me make some butthurt post about T-Rex cosplayers on Facebook. You know, I tend to just scroll by when I see things that I don't like, or I keep walking. You know, I'm not going to diss somebody about that. But apparently not everybody feels the same way. Case in point, there is a guy who I used to follow on Instagram. He made a post about Bowsette. There was a meme out there that says that Bowsette is pretty much the new Harley and the new Deadpool, that the cosplay was running to the ground in record time. His caption on this went on to say that he was tired of seeing Bowsette on his timeline. I pause there again. If you're tired of seeing something on your timeline, you can do something about that. You can, depending on what social media platform you're on at the moment, you can mute words, you can block words, you can block people, take a break from people, unfollow people. Because at the end of the day, these are people you chose to follow. The people you chose to follow are posting the thing that you apparently are tired of seeing. So stop expecting other people that, again, you chose to follow to cater to your timeline preferences. Anyway, so he also called out Bowsette cosplayers for being unoriginal and for lacking creativity, which is really hypocritical to me, because if you look at the guy's page, all you see is him cosplaying as Iron Fist and Spider-Man, which there's nothing wrong with that. I applaud that. That's your choice if you want to only cosplay one or two characters, but don't do that and then call somebody else out for being unoriginal or uncreative, because technically we all do uncreative and unoriginal cosplays. We all have done cosplays of characters that people have already done. We all have done cosplays of already established designs of characters. So technically, because I don't know where we're going to draw the line with originality and creativity. Technically, we all have done uncreative and unoriginal things in cosplay, but so what? I mean, we all have done that. That's nothing to call anybody out on. You know, I will say it many times. I've said it many times before. I'll say it many times again. Cosplay is not a sport and it's not a competition. So unless you're actually in a cosplay contest, there's no minimum requirement there's no minimum originality requirement. There's no minimum creativity requirement in cosplay in and of itself. So not being original and not being creative is not something to call out a cosplayer for, especially when we all do it, okay? Especially if you, the accuser, are doing it. So again, some other words being weaponized, words that are not harmful in and of themselves being used to tear down other cosplayers. There's already so much tearing down of people in this community already. Let's not take words that aren't meant for that, and let's just not tear down people, period. You know, how about that? How about we not tear other cosplayers down? If you don't like something, keep scrolling, keep walking away. You know, you can keep swiping on your phone. There are things you can do other than just being negative to people. Anyway, that's it for me tonight, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Y'all have a good night, have a good time at whatever con you're going to next. Good luck on whatever builds you got going, your cosplays and all of that. Hit that subscribe button for me, and I will see you guys at the next video. Peace.